Good morning and welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. We're here today with Winston and Rich. What we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is Winston's ability to understand and respond to his formal on-leash obedience commands, the correction and the motivation that we give the dogs when we're working with them, and the training equipment that we're using. Rich is using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and he keeps the bulk of the leash folded in his right hand. That leaves the left hand free to give the correction, and the only correction that we give here at school is a little tug and let go on the training collar, and that is the second piece of equipment that we're using. Winston's going to come home with his very own training collar, and you're going to be taught how to use that properly during your follow-up training session. Now he's sitting very nicely at Rich's left, which is where all of our obedience training is done, and the first exercise that we want to demonstrate for you is heeling. Heeling is proper walking on a leash, and the command is Winston, heel.
Winston, heel.
Now at this point, Winston has a job to do, and that is to stay even with Rich's left leg when walking, not forging ahead or lagging behind, so that you can walk down the street and he's being a little gentleman right by your side, and each time that you stop your feet, whether it's to cross the street or stop to talk to a neighbor, he should be sitting nicely at your left, waiting for his next command. And he's got the tail going, he's enjoying doing his work. Nice automatic sits every time. Now the next exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is the sit stay. The stay is a hand under voice command, and it is a one-word firm command to stay. The long sit stay, when you're practicing at home, start out at about 30 seconds, work all the way up to 3 minutes. So practice, practice, practice. When Rich returns back to him, he walks all the way around him, and it's an additional distraction, returning all the way back to where they started, back to heel. And he gives them some love and for praise, and they take off heeling again. He's a very smart little guy. He's enjoyed the training. And now the only thing that we ask is that you keep it going at home, because he should just keep getting better. Now Rich is going to demonstrate that sit stay again. And lengthen out your time on this, and you can practice right indoors. You don't have to go outside in the cold. You can practice inside. And this time, instead of returning back to him, Rich is going to call him, and this is the recall. He uses his name and a happy voice and has him come right in front, and Winston will come right in and sit on your feet. He loves the recall. And back to sitting. Very good boy, and he comes off leash very well too. And the more you practice these commands and the more you exercise his brain, the better dog he's going to be for you. Rich leaves him in another sit stay. He's going to demonstrate that come on command again. He uses his name, and he comes right in front and sits. And then he goes back to heel and back sitting. Very nice. Good job, Winston. Now the next commands that we're going to be demonstrating for you is why we have the blanket out here, because it's frosty here in South Jersey today. The first one we're going to demonstrate for you is the down from a heel position. So with your dog seated at your left, you take your left open palm, push it straight down toward the ground, and give the one-word command to down and stay. Now because he's in a down, he will hold it longer. So you practice this exercise from 1 minute, working all the way up to 5 minutes. When Rich returns back to him, he's going to walk all the way around him just as he did on the sit stay, because everything starts and stops at that heel position. And Rich gives him the heel command, and he walks right out of it. And really, now that you're starting off fresh with this new puppy, we really want you to practice with him so that he continues to get better and better. Rich is going to demonstrate that down from a heel again. And this time, instead of returning back to him, he's going to call him. Comes right in and sits on your feet. And goes back to heel and back sitting. Now the very last exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is your down from a distance. So you're going to leave Winston seated, tell him to stay. You're going to turn to face him. You're going to use your right hand to give the command. And he goes down from a distance. That was very, very good. Now we have demonstrated for you your healing, your automatic sits, your stays, your down stay, your down from a distance, and your come. We've enjoyed having him. He's a sweet boy, and he and his brother have done a great job here at school. Thank you for choosing Nora's Dog Training Company, and we'll see you soon.